Right now, you're wasting shooting badge points and you don't even know it. You came here to shoot better on 2K23, so watch closely, and by the time this short video is over, I guarantee 99% of you who watch through this video will shoot better when you get back on 2K. Especially for the new people, I want to show you all that I've played a lot of 2K23, and I believe I have a good amount of knowledge on what shooting badges you need, so I want to help you guys out. It's actually crazy. When you tell people to subscribe, they do, so make sure to hit that button, drop a like, and let's get right into it. Okay, the game has been out for almost 2 months now. The first shooting badges I'm going to show you is on my 3-point shot creator build. 6'1", maxed out wingspan, 89 3-pointer, quick drops, 92 ball handle, and a 99 steal. I believe I was the first one to post this 99 steal 6'1" guard, and now I see a lot of other YouTubers posting it, which is amazing because that means a lot of other people are seeing how good this build is. Anyway, I'm just trying to tell you this build has a little bit more 3-pointer than most, but I'm going to show you another build that has an 80, what I'm using on that as well. So I have 22 shooting badges. As you guys see, this is currently what I'm using. Right now, I'm actually wasting some badge points too, but I'm going to explain why I'm doing that as well. Really, it's just because I don't have any other place to put them. So it's like, if it does work on some of these badges that kind of do work, kind of don't, I might as well just have it on just in case. Now, today I'm going to be showing you guys statistical proof from NBA 2K Labs and NBA 2K Toots. These guys are great channels. You should definitely subscribe to them, and they have great information. So as you see, I'm using Hall of Fame volume shooter. 2K Labs gave this an A rank on their tier list for shooting badges, and it's only in tier 1 for most builds. So I'm using volume shooter on Hall of Fame. Now, the badge does not have statistical information yet, but due to the fact they put it in tier A means they've probably tested it already and they know it's a very good badge. Plus, I've made a video on this and I 100% have noticed a big difference between using volume shooter and having it, not on. If you're taking the most shots on your team, you need to have volume shooter on. Even sometimes if you take the second most amount of shots on your team, you should probably have volume shooter on. It's very cheap and it helps you a lot. As you guys see, it says after a player has taken a small handful of shots, an additional boost to shot attributes is given for every subsequent shot, whether it's a make or a miss. So even if you miss a shot, it's still going to raise your 3-point attribute. So you could miss 5 times in a row, it's still going to continuously boost your 3-point attribute. Now, as you see, I have guard up on, and this is a tier C badge, the lowest tier from 2K Labs. But the reason I have it on is because there's really not much else to put on, so this is an extra badge for me. This is a badge I would put on at the very end if I have some left over, just in case it does pop up sometime. But I also want to explain something to you guys, because I see a lot of content creators kind of spreading false information, not necessarily, but you'll see what I'm saying. So what they'll do is they'll go, okay, you see this amped badge right here, I've been using it for so long and it has no core, like it's not coring at all, meaning the badge does not work, it does not pop up. Well, that's not necessarily true. For example, Limitless takeoff on silver was tested and only pops up 3% of the time, but it definitely works almost every single time you go to dunk. Let me show you an example. This is a quick drop off one dunk with silver Limitless takeoff. As you guys see, that's the exact dunk we want every time. That's the reason why we make this build, to get silver Limitless takeoff. And you can actually get it over and over with silver Limitless takeoff. Now I have the badge turned off. You guys are gonna see it does not give you the same dunks. It's much slower. You're taking off from way closer to the rim and it's not the same dunk. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, what you're seeing is the fact that, yeah, Limitless takeoff does pop up 3% of the time, but it definitely is there every time you dunk. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you will get that quick drop without Limitless takeoff. It's very rare though, but you're seeing that, yes, the badge does pop up very little, but it works almost every time you go to do the dunk, So in the shooting badges, that's why I have on amped and guard up. Even though they don't pop up a lot, it's just in case it does secretly work. All right, so that fully explains why I have guard up and amped on. I think that they're decently good badges, but they're kind of extras because they don't really pop up a lot. We don't know if they necessarily work. So the first one I would put on is volume shooter. The next one, of course, is green machine. This test was done by NBA 2K Toots. I told you guys they're a great channel. Make sure to go check him out. But as you see, just from no badge to bronze is a big sweet spot. So as long as you can even just get it on bronze, it's huge. You're gonna make 1.5 more shots out of 10 by just going up to bronze. That's a lot. So out of 100 shots, you're gonna hit 15 more by having it on bronze. Now, I have it on gold just because I want to have it as high as possible. It's kind of linear after the bronze jump, so you want to just keep going. Like if you can get on Hall of Fame, you should use it on Hall of Fame, At the moment, I do not have Agent 3's cord, so when I get that, I'll have 2 more badges to use. use, but right now we do have green machine on. Now, if you're any type of a spot up, you need to have catch and shoot on. As you see, from literally zero, from having it on none to Hall of Fame is about a 20% jump. Yes, a 20% jump, but the sweet spot, if you can, is silver or gold. Silver or gold is where you want to have catch and shoot on, but as long as you just can afford it, you need to have it on. You know, as long as you can at least get the badge on bronze, you need to put it on. All right, back to tier 1. A badge that you're most likely wasting points on is corner specialist. I used this all the way up to Hall of Fame and I really thought it was helping me, but it turns out it was placebo. As you see from this test, there's basically no difference at all between no corner specialist and Hall of Fame corner specialist at the moment. Now, 2K might drop some sort of patch that changes this, but it's very unlikely that they do, because every year there's badges like this. For example, corner specialist on silver versus Hall of Fame was basically the exact same thing in like 2K19 or 2K20, so there's no reason to go past silver. Now, Claymore has not been tested yet with statistical proof, but I'm almost positive this is a badge you want to have on if you're a spot up. So the first badge you want to have on if you're a spot up in tier 1 is probably Claymore, depending on what your tier 1s look like, right? So Claymore, catch and shoot if you have it in tier 1, or volume shooter. Claymore was ranked in the B category by 2K Labs, and I think that's not bad at all for a tier 1 badge. Now let's jump into tier 3. As you see, I have on gold agent 3s. Well, there's no really big reason to go from silver to gold agent 3s. As you see from this graph right here, it's about like, I don't know, like a 3 to 4% difference on some areas of the graph, but the reason why I have it on is because I just need everything. You know, I want to get everything I possibly can to get the most boost as possible. But as you guys seen from one of my recent build videos, I was making a lot of builds to show you guys you can really go with the 83 3-pointer and get that silver agent 3s, and it's going to be pretty similar, but of course that extra 6 3-pointer helps as well. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is if you can get bronze agent 3s only, I actually would not use it. Now that we've seen the test, as you see, there's no difference at all. I mean, it's a very, very small difference, and that's going to be a 5-6 badge point waste. Now, if you have it in like tier 1 or something, you could definitely use it, but if you can't get it on silver, I would not waste those points. I would put it into other things that I'm telling you are actually better to use, you know? Now, you might be very confused if you've seen the test why I'm not using limitless range. As you see from this test right here, limitless range is huge. I mean, it's a gigantic jump, all the way from like 10% up to 80% if you have it on Hall of Fame, but that's only for limitless range shots. So this is up to your playstyle. If you shoot limitless shots, limitless range is insanely good. Silver or gold is going to be a very good sweet spot for you, because I know a lot of people can't get it Hall of Fame, but as high as you can go if you take limitless shots. But I play right on the 3-point line because my build fades away a lot. That's the play style that I play on my 6'1", and I really just don't take a lot of limitless shots. Now also keep in mind, limitless range is not how it used to be. In older 2Ks, limitless range you had to have on to make any limitless range shots. Like, you actually could not make a limitless shot, like 99 out of 100 if you didn't have limitless on some games. This just helps you make more limitless shots. It helps you increase your percentage of those limitless range shots. So I shoot limitless sometimes and I don't have the badge on, but of course, as you see, having it on does give you a gigantic boost to your shooting. Now, I don't think blinders has been tested yet, but the reason I have it on is just because it's one of those extra badges. I don't take a lot of limitless shots, like I told you. I messed around with Deadeye, it's whatever, but once I get agent 3's cord, I'm going to use blinders on gold, and that's probably what I'm mainly going to use, just because it does pop up sometimes, and I feel like it also could be like silver limitless takeoff, where it doesn't necessarily pop up, but it does help more than it pops up. You know what I'm saying? So these are the extra badges. You know, I really feel like amped does work, but guard up is the one I would not put on until the very end of your shooting badges. You also have to keep in mind, guard up only works for yellow contest and red contest. So anything that's over like 5-6% contested with the hand down. So that's very rarely, you know, depending on your playstyle, that you might even need this badge at all. So let's say I'm on a spot up build right now. Even though this is a primary ball handler shooter, I would go with Claymore first. In tier 1, I'm going to Claymore. Now, if I take the second most amount of shots on my team, I'm going to go volume shooter. But other than that, I'm not touching the rest of this category yet. Then I'm going to go catch and shoot. I'm maxing out my catch and shoot as much as I can go, maxing out my green machine as much as I can go. And then if I have left over, I'm going to do like bronze amped, bronze, guard up maybe, but I really want to touch agent 3s. Like if I can get it on silver, I'm definitely doing agent 3s on silver or gold. Of course, if I'm spotting up from hash really deep, I'm going to use limitless range, but that's just not something that I do. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys do that, I would definitely touch this. Now into primary, you see I'm a primary shooter. This is currently what I'm using, but the last badges I would touch is guard up and amped. I really do think that amped does work, but I just don't know, and that's why I want to tell you guys to put it on towards the end of your badges. Now I'm on my 6'8" build, and you guys are going to see this is what I'm currently using. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because I really just don't have the need for any of these badges in tier 3. I have on amped. I'm even using clutch shooter because really all I need is my volume shooter and my green machine. After that, I don't really need anything. Now comeback kid, by the way, is a very good badge from what I've seen, but I just don't plan on trailing in my games. You know, I don't want to have a badge on that's going to help me when I'm losing because I don't expect to be losing a lot of my games. So comeback kid, very good badge from what I've seen, but I just don't want to have it on. Now midi magician, if you're someone that fades away mid ranges, great badge right here. I'm not gonna lie, definitely a good badge. But yeah, so the reason I'm using clutch shooter on Hall of Fame is just so when I get to that point in the game, it gives me a big boost to my shot. So if I've took a lot of shots in the game plus clutch shooter on this build that has an 83 pointer, I probably have close to a 99.3 towards the end of the game. So I just want to have as high of ratings as I can. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only reason I'm using it. I've tried out slippery off ball, guys. I don't even think that this badge works. Like maybe it works a little bit. I've tried it all the way up to Hall of Fame. I just wouldn't touch it. So make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Once again, shout out to 2K Labs and 2K Toots, man. They help out a lot. Click one of these two videos. I gave you statistical proof as well as me playing over 1,500 games worth of experience. So guys, that's it. Make sure I have plenty of other things you can check out too, like jump shots, dribble moves, how to do every dribble move in the game. I posted almost 2 weeks ago. If you guys want to go watch that, literally gonna help you out insanely. And I'm out. Peace.